sparks around her and she'll break the glass. If you try to cage her in, she'll light the match. Oh, she's like an animal, it's in her blood. She will turn every chain into dust, into dust, into dust. Like the wind is free, like the water's deep. She's a burning rush. If you try to take what is anything, watch it turn her life into dust, into like the wind is free, like the water's deep. She's a burning rush. If you try to take what is anything, watch it turn her life into dust, into stars, like Cleopatra waging wars, a goddess in the human form. The queen of hearts, ruler of stars, like Cleopatra waging wars, a goddess in the human form. Into dust, into
better off as strangers. Believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, beneath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my bite. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a
All right. All right. Hello, and welcome everybody to another week of some CEA Siege, featuring Arizona State University versus the University of Maryland College Park. I am joined by my fellow caster, Epic.
Hello.
How's it going?
Doing very good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Cast some Siege. Can't complain.
Neither can I. Can't wait. It's gonna be a good invite game.
Yeah, definitely hoping so.
Now, I wonder. I laugh a little bit because you say University of Maryland College Park. One of the things that happened last season was that their acronym was UMCP, and I threw a big fit because actually being from that area is like, why are you calling it UMCP? Because no one calls it that. Everyone understands when you say University of Maryland, you mean University of Maryland College Park. It's implied, and then when you say University of Maryland Baltimore County or UMBC, that directly means the other one. So I'm happy to see that they're called UMD. Like right there, right now, we can see it. I don't think the stream can see it in the lobby. They're UMD. I'm happy. It's happened. It's good. It's great for me.
Right.
At this point, I sound like a madman, but I have to get my point across.
No, I'd like regionality is a big thing for people, and it's like stealing clout. You don't want to do that.
Yeah,
So that's not a good look. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think this could be a very good game. We have Clubhouse and Coastline as our two maps. So
more Club. I mean, honestly, I've learned more through Club by watching than playing. All the good and bad things you can do on that map. How you can destroy a team or utterly fail.
Yeah, Clubhouse is I don't know. It's really kind of an interesting map to play because you can really tell when somebody's proficient at executing on it and playing it. But
absolutely.
At the same time, there are people who think that they know how to play it, and then it ends up with them floundering on their defense, and they end up just losing games because they're not prepared.
Yeah, I mentioned yesterday in the cast with Duke, I feel like you could play very slow and methodical on Club. To me, Club is a slow map because you need to take your time, get control, get those hatches if you're playing bottom floor. If you're on top floor, take the time to take control of the middle floor, breach the floor. If you're on cash CC, gym bedroom, you want to get control and close in the roamers. Because to me, this isn't a map where you would see a lot of roaming and get all those picks off the attackers. The defenders get picked off by the attackers. You would sort of herd the roamers back into sight. That's what I see about this map. At least that's for me. It seems so strange because every other map is different.
I think you're exactly right. I think it's the only kind of map that's like that outside of maybe Bank, where it's such an extensive map to roam clear on that you need to be diligent in your timings and in your executes. Because if you're not, you're going to get stuck in a lot of weird positions where you're 30 seconds out from the round ending and you haven't fully cleared some of your entrances, so you're just kind of pushing and hoping you don't get destroyed, which is never good if you're the attacking side. But yeah, I definitely think Clubhouse is one of those ones where you need to be intelligent about how you clear. You need to be effective and efficient, and then you need to maximize your utility usage because of the amount of options there are for utility usage on this map. Just the amount of hatches, the amount of soft breach, hard to breach walls you can bring really makes this map interesting to attack, because I think a lot of the times there's so many different ways that people attack them.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of ways, depending on the bans too, or even if there's nothing that's been banned that would force you to pick an option, you still have a lot of options regardless. You could, even if you're gonna go downstairs, you might get dirt open and you might get all the hatches. You could forego dirt and go get the hatches and push down blue, and then you could decide to push down main stairs as well. It's a lot that could happen. And then attacking the top floor, you could blow into construction or go through server, through the garage and the sort of outdoor walls onto the server or CC. There's a lot you can do. And I like Club. I'm starting to like Club, at least watching it, because one of the things I keep saying, Penn State never played an official game on Club. So I personally don't know about it through playing. I know about it through watching. So, and I think that, again, it's slow and methodical because I feel like at this point, Club is definitely, it's one of the older maps in the map pool for sure. No doubt about that, alongside Consulate and Bank. And every season with new operators, something's going to change. But this past couple operators, people, I would say maybe you agree with me when I say this, that the operators are kind of underwhelming in a good way, and that they don't totally destroy previous strats. So like Clubhouse and all the other maps have been relatively the same. So the strats that everyone knows have been cemented in place, unless someone really brings out some like one-time strat that can only be used for like a round, you know?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think like dating back to probably the season with Cade and Nomad, just having those were the two I think operators to really majorly impact how the meta was played. Like I think obviously with Mozzie and Gridlock, those are both more utility based operators. Like Gridlock, you've seen a lot of good use from some executes, just stopping flanks and stuff like that, and then Mozzie a little bit more drone information. But yeah, I think that it's been a little bit since there's been a lot of like shakeup in the hard breach section, and I think it leads to like staleness, but not necessarily. It's more of like people continually look at Thermite, Hibana, and Maverick and kind of think, all right, what is different ways we can utilize all of this utility in the maximum fashion, along with how they're carried out, determining like bans and stuff like that. Because on this map, this is one of those bans where sometimes you'll see the double hard breach ban, or you'll see the Capitan and the Jackal ban, and it really just depends on who's banning and what they're comfortable playing against and playing with.
No, yeah, I also think like if you ban the defender side, if you ban like Bandit and Kayed, I don't know who would do that on this map, but it's possible. We could see it. You know, it gives the hard breach free reign to do whatever they want, and then it makes sort of, I guess, the defense have to react. Okay, how are we gonna deny our hatches now? Well, we can't, and stuff like that. So, and then like you said, you ban a Jackal and a Cap. Cap, of course, incredibly strong on every map. Jackal great for roam clear because Glub can be a roaming map for people. So I want to see how the defenders here are going to go ahead and deal with anti-roam if possible, and how the attackers are going to push into site. Because again, like we mentioned before, there's a ton of ways to do that.
Yeah, I think this is one of the maps that we've seen a lot of ban diversity on, and like you said, it's definitely interesting to see what people prioritize here. So I think with this first ban coming in, we are actually going to see the Thatcher. So I think it's pretty. That's one of those 5 I think that you definitely see sometimes, just because of how much utility he can offer. Yeah. And I don't know. I think Thatcher's one of the bans I haven't seen as much personally on Clubhouse. Jeez. But at the same time, we are going to see the Maverick. So a little bit of hard breach along with the utility for the Thatcher. So popping up on some of those walls is going to be it's going to be a bit of a task.
And we'll see if Arizona does decide to ban the Kayed here, because since there is no Thatcher, it's going to be really hard to get those hatches when they need to attack bottom floor. If they ban the Kayed, all they need to worry about is the impact tricking, and not too easy to counter, but instead they're going to ban the Mira. So they're definitely going to have an easier time pushing on second floor.
Yeah, the Mira ban is, I think, one that I've seen fall out of favor a little bit recently, just because people had developed strategies for so long around a Mira ban that eventually people started floating Mira and nobody would pick her because they just didn't. They had other ways to play a site, but now you see kind of that cycle coming back around, and people are finally banning Mira again because they just don't want to play with it. And especially on a map like this where almost every site offers a bunch of Mira utility, it's very strong. And then the final ban of the Maestro, not uncommon. Yeah. Maestro, very annoying operator.
Yeah, but that is going to leave Echo on the board, which PyGuy is going to pick, and that's going to... You could say force. I'm not going to say force. Might force Arizona to bring in IQ, which Zerfon is going to be playing. So got to keep an eye out for the Echo Drones, especially during last-second plant situations. You cannot plant without being absolutely positive that you got rid of all the Echo Drones. And without the Thatcher, you can't just chuck your EMPs since he's banned. So definitely going to have to hunt down those Echo Drones. Mozzie 6-pick onto a Jaeger. Jaeger necessary, especially if you're going to go downstairs, I would say. You're going to hold blue. That's a good strat with the Jaeger, so... We'll see if they do that, though, because a couple times I've seen teams go downstairs, they make a rotation in the blue, and they don't put anything in it, probably just barb, which can be pretty dangerous if someone decides to just push into there and catch an unsuspecting defender.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how they're going to play this as well, because, like you said, there's a lot of utility here. I mean, the Echo, the Smoke, and then having a little bit of that more fragging potential with the Bandit and the Jaeger. Because I think on this map, we've seen that the Bandit is normally not a active tricking. Usually you pop a couple of those down on one of the walls. Usually it is this church wall, and then you go about your day kind of going to frag. But we'll see what kind of approach Noob Smasher has on this Bandit, because I think there's a lot of different ways you can play this. And then from the offensive side, a lot of utility here, a lot of soft breach, the double hard breach as well, and then the gridlock to kind of round things out.
Yeah, no, I imagine the first thing you're going to do is doing right now is clear the first floor, get all the hatches up with Hibana. What I want to know is, what is this Thermite going to do? Because there's been a lot of times where I've seen a Thermite come on the board and they don't immediately open dirt. I would instantly open dirt just so that if the Echo were to check with his drone, you don't need to do that, or if someone were to notice that dirt got opened, that would be there in the back of their head the whole time to scare them.
Yeah. I think a prioritization on dirt is kind of something we've seen more recently, because you can kind of burn out some of that utility, especially some of the smoke utility. People get a little bit panicked, a little bit flustered, they just start throwing smoke grenades. And when the time comes to execute, you know that the defense is without some of that utility, so it makes it a little bit easier. But it does look like he's going to be sitting here in kitchen, so maybe a little bit of a different approach here, as I do not believe dirt has been opened yet, but the gridlock is positioned outside of it, and there is a minute and 40 seconds left in the round, so a good amount of positioning here going into kind of this northern area, and it does look like ASU is going to prioritize the dirt and the kitchen push.
Yeah, they kind of have to, considering... Oh, dirt did get open. But they kind of have to, considering they can't get rid of those Kayeds. Electro Claws. Gonna go ahead and down the Echo there. Echo already off the board. That's kind of early. At least it's not the smoke. Echo drones are still going to be able to stay up, but not going to be able to deny plant. Now it's going to take a lot of damage for that.
Yeah, losing the Echo early is a very negative experience here for the offense. And then the Jaeger being down in blue is not going to get rushed down by Zephron. So now the 5-on-3, as it does look like ASU is going for the quicker execute here. They're going to push it and open up some of these soft walls into Arsenal, and it is going to be Echo Hell on the smoke, kind of trapped here behind this bomb. So going to take a good amount of damage and get downed by Final, and now 5-on-2 as ASU has fully executed here. The Cade and the Gridlock are going to go for a trade. Becca is going to get one, and now it's all up to the Bandit of Noob Smasher. So Noob Smasher actually going to benefit from a team kill there, but the plant will successfully go down, and the 4-on-1 post plant is going to be not the best for Noob Smasher as the grenades come flying in.
Yeah, stuck in the corner, gets a kill on the Zerfon, 1v3 now. He's just trapped. He has no idea what angle to check as he's pushing out. Gonna go and push out on the hallway. No, going back to blue. Just free-firing everything, and then gets finally taken out by, I believe it was the bucket blue. Yep, but getting the headshot on him. Fast execute coming in. It's basically kind of what I mentioned right there early in the round, where you have someone playing in blue, but a fast push due to, I think it was a lack of barb, just allowed the Jaeger to get taken out by the IQ there.
Yeah, it was like almost nonchalant. Like it was just kind of ASU was like, hey, we can take the site now, and they just killed everybody. And there wasn't a lot of flashy plays. There wasn't a lot of like strong utility usage. They just kind of bulldozed their way into Armory, and then Noob Smasher was stuck in church. And yeah, I definitely agree with you. There wasn't a lot of barb. They had lost the Echo early, and the smoke was in kind of a compromised position. So a pretty good execute there from the side of ASU overall, but we are going to see UMD go back downstairs, and yeah, it looks like they're going to run it back with the same lineup, so maybe just feeling like they weren't able to execute how they wanted to.
The exact same lineup from both sides. We'll see what they changed there. I think the Echo, again, pushing in the dirt wasn't the best of ideas there. Challenging it is good, but I think it would be better to take a Legion to put some goo mines in there so you don't have to actively check it. Of course, when you know a goo mine has gone off, then you gotta start actively checking it. Barb should be placed, I would say, more into blue. And there's a shield there. The shield definitely helped the Jaeger out, but I'm not quite sure how he died, because all of a sudden he just got down. I'm not sure if it was an angle from above, but I don't know if you can get an angle like that.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, it was kind of puzzling to see how he died, and I don't believe it was at the hands of a grenade, so
To locate a bomb.
he more than likely overpeaked and then just got down, but yeah, of all the people you could have sent into that dark tunnel, Echo was probably the lowest one in the utility next to Smoke on who you'd want to die so early, so looking to see that rectified as UMD attempt the secondary hold on this site, but ASU definitely looks strong there. I mean, I think they won almost every gunfight they had other than the one against their own teammates, so, you know, that was pretty unfortunate, but still, a strong execute from them, and if you're fragging, you're fragging. You kind of feel unstoppable, so you might just feel like, hey, we took that site rather effortlessly, so we'll see if we can do it again, and looks like a little bit more utility here denied on this dirt tunnel push, but Yakko playing aggressively here again, so gonna be a little risky is Pie Guy.
Yeah, I think he tried to shoot the grenade there to stop it from blowing up. Don't think you can do that. I was going to mention that I don't think they can get that Electro Claw, but they did get it with a nade. It doesn't look like the wall's electrified anymore. So, yep, they're going to place the charge down. Pie Guy should get out of there. Also worth noting, he still has his shield. Not sure where he decided to put that down, where he's going to put that down, if anywhere. And Pie Guy, yeah, he put it down now. Yep, he put it next to the cabinet there, so you can play more comfortably in the corner and not have to worry about a push from blue should the Jaeger miss a push.
Yeah,
Use a smoke canister to block off dirt.
Yeah, so this utility issue is coming in here early. We are going to see Zephron now with a little bit more presence on these main stairs, which is something that is a nice adaptation here from ASU, considering this is not what they did on their first attack, so throwing a little bit of a wrench in the plans of UMD potentially, but Zephron droning it out, gonna get aggressive here as he pushes into Church, and it's really gonna be up to UMD to hold this out now. They've got a minute left, and there's already a strong execute coming in from ASU.
Yeah, Thermite just gonna push in, get the head off the bandit right there, so Church kind of going into control of them. Fire's gonna get a kill onto his own teammate, Buddy going down, but then he gets a kill on JS. Bandit and Jaeger down. IQ's gonna go ahead and get down as well, it looks. Firo really hurt, but he gets the kill onto the smoke. It's gonna get taken down from the Echo hiding behind the shield, all down to a 3v2, I believe. 2v2 now, as IQ does get picked up, so it's now back to a 2v2, an actual one. They gotta retake control of Church again, as the diffuser, I think, is planted behind the shield, so kind of going against them there. See what the Kaed and the Echo are gonna be doing. They're gonna be pushing from different sides. Prone angle now from Zerfon as Thermite is on top of the boxes. Huggy gonna try and drop through a hatch. He thinks a hatch is open, and it is. He can try and get a kill here. He doesn't see the IQ laying on the floor, drops down. It doesn't check it at all. He doesn't see him? Echo gonna be pushing and get killed.
Yeah, that was questionable. Maybe thinking it was a dead body or something like that. I mean, he had to have seen him. He had to have just thought it was a dead body or something.
Yeah, IQ
kind of
elite skin.
Yeah, he kind of went for the double take and then realized that as he was dropping, it was almost like he realized halfway down that it was a real person, but he never decided to shoot. So, nonetheless, I think that approach was kind of a little too slow. They didn't have a lot of time once the Cade got up above, so just not necessarily fully thought out, but at the same time, I mean, another good execute there from the side of ASU, and this time it was the Church execute, so kind of making it very difficult for UMD to find some steady ground here, especially on defense where you would expect a little bit more success on Clubhouse, but ASU does have the 100% win rate right now when they kill a teammate, so definitely looking to keep that up as well.
See they do it again next round, as UMD are going to go for a different site. Never force a site 3 times in a row is what I would say. They're going to go cash CC now.
Defenders,
Hopefully things are different for them. Different lineup too. The only difference is the Rook in place of a Kaed. Kaed not necessary here because you don't have any hatches. You could pick a Kaed in place of the Bandit to make it harder for someone to go beneath and get the Bandit batteries, which ASU can do. They have a buck, so we'll see if ASU go for that, and if they do, how UMD will deal with that. You gotta have roamers down there pushing the buck out of the way.
Yeah, the roam presence is going to be very important here from the side of UMD. I'm kind of surprised that ASU didn't opt to switch out that gridlock for maybe a Zofia or a Capita, considering both of them are in ban. So, would have been a lot of useful utility here to open up that platform wall, which I think is something we see a lot more on this standard attack, but maybe they expected UMD to just kind of run it back and go basement again. But nonetheless, they do have a good amount of utility here. I'm not against the gridlock in any way. I think if you approach this the right way, she can be just as useful as some of those other operators. And if you can establish that lower control with the Buck, like you said, then realistically you nullify the Bandit and any of that counter utility on that platform wall. So we'll see what kind of adaptations. We are going to have Noom Smasher on the Rook with the ACOG, which is pretty common up on this scaffolding in Garage. But other than that, yeah, pretty similar lineup here, almost exactly the same, and looking to see if they can continue to keep some of that utility alive that they haven't been able to in the previous rounds.
Now, I like what ASU are doing here. They're going below and trying to get angles. The Hibana is going to go ahead and get the angle onto the rafters up there to catch anyone rotating. Now, there is the rotation hole in the wall. I believe if you get the top of Garage on the right, you can catch an angle on that. However, Bandit's going to take down the Buck. He is... No, that was from upstairs, I think. Yep, upstairs. So that's the Buck off the board. It's going to be incredibly difficult now to get rid of those Bandit batteries. And since they don't have a Sophia, like you mentioned, they can't just shoot the floor. They have to have the IQ get the Bandit batteries, which can be risky considering the IQ is alone right now. And the Jaeger is by blue stairs. There's a drone next to him. So they must know this. So IQ's going to go ahead and push the Jaeger and gets the down on him. So Zerfon not confident in finishing it off. He's going to have the gridlock finish it off. As someone was on the top of stairs, and Zerfon should not be pushing there, as he does get taken out anyway. The smoke pushes downstairs. JS gets the kill on the Zerfon there. 3v4 now in favor of the defenders.
Yeah, it is going to be Baka picking up another kill here, so going on for the 2K and finding the Rook. So now the Jaeger and the Rook down for the side of UMD, and a good amount of utility still on the board, though. They do have the smoke, they do have the echo, and as this continues to burn down, I'm not sure if Viral is stuck here.
I think he is.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
Oh no, so essentially... Oh no, he prones, he's out. Okay, there you go. So actual proper 3v3. All three pushing from Garage. If there's an Echo Drone in there, they might know this. I hear pings going off. I can't tell who's getting pinged and from where. Gridlock, yep, that was the Echo Drone team, so they all have a clue from where the attackers are pushing from. Traxting is going to go out and deny any rotations in and out of sight. Smoke gonna go out too to block off some sidelines, so this could be a good execute as they have 20 seconds left on the board, so they gotta go now. Hibana gonna be pushing up the stairs, might be able to catch someone rotating. He's not gonna look at the hole. No, he's gonna look at the hole, but JS gets a kill anyway. Baka getting a kill on the Huggy. Plant going down, and Smoke's gonna go ahead and peek around the corner, get the kill. Triple kill for him. Baka gonna jump over and try and get the plant down as the Echo Jones gonna be able to deny it. There's nothing he can do. And oh, hold on. There you go. That's it.
You have run out of time.
You know,
close round there.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the side of Baka, going on the 4K, not able to find the final one, but you know, it just seemed like ASU had a very good idea of what they wanted to do, but they kind of stalled out, and maybe it was because Firewall got stuck in the wall a little bit, but they just decided to kind of send it in through Garage, and then they had good kind of setup. They had Firewall on the stairs push, but things just didn't come together, and the timing was off, and it ended up in a UMD win. So, gonna go back down to Church Arsenal, and gonna actually switch out for the Legion this time. So, and actually the Mozzie as well. So, definitely changing up a lot of things here. Not gonna have the Cade, which I think is very interesting here. Maybe the switch off of it. It is gonna be onto the Cade from the Legion. So, good type of usage of that 6-pick to secure the hatches. But the Mozzie, I'm interested to see what JS is able to do, considering kind of the fragging ability of that operator with the guns that he does have. But we're actually going to see the Jackal as well on the offensive side for ASU, so adaptations coming all around. People not necessarily happy with how they attacked this site the last time on both sides.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure about the Jackal pick here because they should expect... Well, they could expect UMD to go back downstairs. And if they do, Jackal isn't going to be the best pick, I would say, because UMD didn't really roam here. They pushed someone in blue and that's it, and they had someone push out in the dirt, but besides that, everyone else is on site. So they might be picking it for the smokes, of course, and the shotgun to make up for the lack of a buck. Shotgun to break the floor in Arsenal, so makes sense. Smokes still got good utility if you're not picking them for the gadget. And the rest of his guns are great, so.
Unrolling razor wire.
Yeah,
Attacker's objective is to
I want to see how they decided to do this because I think from the side of ASU, your attacks were so dynamic the last time you went down here, but realistically both times. I mean, you had a strong kind of armory push the last time you or the first time you attacked, and the second time it was a nice pinch into Church, as it is going to be the drone of Bud there falling at the hands of the Mozzie drone. So, unfortunate, but still, I want to see how creative they can get because it does look like they have kind of thought about how they want to attack this and how they want to approach this. But it's going to be a nice right there from Baka is going to get the kill onto the Jaeger. So a little bit of unfortunate timing there for New Smasher, and they already have Dirt Tunnel open now. So 5v4, and they're going to get a push on into the site with only 40 seconds gone.
Yeah, and it looks like someone's inside of Dirt right now. Yeah, that's the Coyote. He's already taking some damage from Zerfon pushing through, so he still has 2 Electro Claws on. I'm not sure if he just decided to not use them. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Coyote has 3 or 2?
2, I believe.
2, so he didn't use a single one. I'm not sure if... Well, I imagine the hatches were reinforced, but why not put them on?
Yeah, he's not close enough to rotate to cover both of them. I mean, so they're either just surrendering it or something. Something is going to be open here. I believe that might be the armory hatch. But Pie Guy's going to get a Grasp here and find one. Not going to find the second one as Baka picks with that kill. And now the 4-on-3 here from the side of ASU is they're going to be pinching in again. So the push from Blue is actually shut down here by JS. A nice kill there with the Mozzie. And another frag immediately from the smoke. So the 2-on-3 here, things kind of falling apart here again from ASU as they go to push. But Philo is saying, no, I'm not going to let us lose this round as he's playing above this blue hatch with a minute and 10 seconds left.
That was a good idea from JS to push out. I like that, but unfortunately, Pyro did cover that. So back to a 2v2 as Baka's going to push down Dirt. He's no intel on anyone. I'm not sure if there are any drones left from the attackers. And Kayet's going to be making some holes. I think he's in blue right now. Yep, and Baka's going to get the kill into him. So all down to a 2v1 as he's going to push into the smoke. And he knows where smoke is. Going to try and get the kill. He's dancing behind the cabinet over there as Pyro's going to push. But nope, Baka gets the kill.
Yeah, the fragging gridlock really showing up here of Baka. Just kind of finding those kills when they need to, and him along with Philo just kind of pulling that round back from the depths, and it really looked like things were swinging in the favor of UMD. So honestly, impressive kind of attack there from the side of ASU. In fact, Baka's got 9 kills already in 4 rounds, so really popping off. But
oh yeah, I don't think the smoke expected the gridlock to push that at all.
Yeah, it is some kind of like almost unbridled aggression. Like they're just kind of saying go, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Outside of the time that they got stalled out in garage, so UMD going back onto this church arsenal, and if this is your hill to die on, I guess I understand it, but at the same time, I mean, this is going to be 4 rounds on this basement site, and if you're not successful again, then it's not necessarily looking good for you on this map.
Yeah, no, like you mentioned before too, you would see the defenders having success most of the time, but UMD aren't having the best time here, and even the round that they won was still kind of close, so we'll hope that UMD can get around on the board on the bottom floor, and then after this, they have the choice to go to both second floor sites. So even if they lose this, they still have CC cash to fall back on, which again was the one site they won. So we'll see. As Dirt's gonna get reinforced, and another Electric Claw is gonna be used. I still wonder why neither Electric Claw was used last round, especially because, like you mentioned, something got opened up earlier. Could have been one of the hatches. I think it was the hatch in Blue or Arsenal. Well, he's going to be using one, and the second one, we'll see where it goes. It's going to go on to Kitchen Hatch. So there you go. Okay, so you're going to be pushing towards the building now, as Alex has the diffuser, and going to be pushing towards stock. The rest of the attackers spawned that's construction, but Baka gets the kill onto the Vigil. Was he peeking from the same window? Yep, he was. Jaeger already did it last round. Might not have been a good idea to do it again. At least you have Zerfon incredibly low, but it's an IQ. It's not like it's a hard breach, so already down to a 4v5. Zerfon going to be joining in the kitchen now. So JS is going to be pushing up Oil Pit. No attackers there. No, he's going to be hiding behind... Oh, checking the garage cam, it seems. as that hatch is soft. So we're all gonna opt to use a set of X Cairo on it. He seems to have an idea, or at least be wary that the southeast side of the map hasn't been droned, so he's just going to be holding an angle there, see if anyone pushes up. JS is now going to go for a long flank here. Pushing through construction, all the way to not construction, to workshop. As the attackers are going to take control of the bar. Still being wary of someone playing around there, but they don't have that much of an idea of where JS could be playing. If they even know JS is roaming. Hatch is going to be destroyed now as Alex is going to be joining into Moto. Pushing down the main stairs along with Zerfon. Noticing the rotate as usual and going to be pushing into Moto. Getting the cam. Has to be careful. Any shot could take him out as he is incredibly low. Kayad's going to turn as soon as Zerfon peeks. And Zerfon's going to get the kill into the Kayad. 5v3 now in favor of Arizona. JS is going to get the kill. Zerfon going to get another kill. 4v2 right now. Echo and Jaeger, last two on the board. Still possible as Jaeger's still roaming, but no, Zerfon realizes this and gets the kill from the bottom of the hatch on a triple kill right now. Can he go for the 4K? Echo still has the power to stop this round as he's just playing in dirt. But his drones can deny the plant. However, it's going to be going down right now, so even if he gets the plant denial, he can just replant. And it's going to go down right now. He's stuck inside of dirt. He's going to have to push out right now. This is going to destroy the drone, pre-firing the door. No one has to know this. And no, gets taken out by the gridlock. Baka again. And UMD are 0 for 4 on the Church Arsenal site. 4-1 right now for Arizona. Now, imagine as UMD, you have to be thinking, go back to the same set that you won. What else would you do right now? You don't want to go gym bedroom, as many people would say Cash CC is a much better site than gym bedroom. If not much better, then better, even the tiniest bit. And they are going to go back Cash CC. Different lineup this time, coming out from ASU.
Is being fixed.
Twitch and Ash, which we haven't seen at all. Interested to see how this is going to play out now.
Yeah,
Two very strong guns, so...
I'm going to fill while Grifter's internet's coming back.
Yeah.
So I'll be joining you for a couple of rounds. Maybe, hopefully only one.
He's back.
He's back? Hell yeah, I'm going off.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by...
You good there, buddy? Oh. Oh.
I'm back.
There you go.
Alright.
Razor wire ready. Anybody need a shave?
Well, in case you want to know, UMD unfortunately did not win the bottom floor.
I was gonna hazard a guess that they didn't, honestly, but yeah, I'm sorry about that. But nonetheless, that's not the most surprising thing to me, and seeing that they're not going back upstairs is going to be interesting to see if they're able to replicate some of their successes they had in that third round, I believe it was. But yeah. If you're looking at this defensive side from the side of UMD, you're kind of, I would say, not happy, because realistically you spent, what, 4 rounds on that basement site and none of them successful, so just not a ideal type of approach and maybe decision making on this clubhouse defense.
Yeah, and excuse me, every round from them, it wasn't really close either. Arizona got those rounds pretty convincingly, and again, the one round they won on Cash CC was still really close. So, again, looking at it from the side of UMD, you have to be you should even be worried about this round. Are we going to get this round and hopefully not go down 5-1 into the half on a map that attackers or defenders are pretty favored? I mean, every map is ever so slightly in favor of the defenders, but Clubhouse even more so, I would say.
Yeah, some of these sites, I mean, even with like some minimal utility usage, there's so many things that you can really take advantage of here, and no way. No, okay. He just got the platform wall open for free, so things are really falling apart here now from the side of UMD.
I think there was a hole underneath the wall, which Ash ended up making.
Oh, okay.
Bandit out. Bandit, could have been really risky and put put a bandit battery down, or Mute could have put one down because the range of Mute I think would have allowed him to avoid it. But he's going to be pushing down the stairs, trying to get an angle on the stock. IQ, well, he hears the IQ shots going off. Does he want to push? As Bud is going to be watching it. Never mind. Bud gets the kill onto the Mute. Aggression that might not have been needed, especially when you're down 4-1. So 5v4 now in favor of Arizona as their fun's going to get some shots at the top. Oh, and another headshot for Bud. Not looking good for UMD.
Yeah, UMD just, as the Jaeger now goes down in the Raptors, but now another trade back on to Bud. So the 4-on-2 here from the side of ASU is looking rather strong for them, looking to go 5-1 in their attack on Clubhouse. But yeah, this is very concerning from the side of UMD. You haven't been able to maximize your utility. You haven't been able to slow ASU down. As now they pick up another kill. The plan is going down, and things are quickly falling apart. One kill will be traded off, as it does look like Baka finds the kill to finish the round with the gridlock charges. But nonetheless, this is very concerning because these bans are very, I would say, defender-sided even more. I mean, you have the Kaid, you have the Echo, you have so much utility, you even have the smoke, and it's very puzzling to me to look at this and say, man, they just went through defense and are down 5-1, and they had essentially free reign on some of their defensive picks.
Yeah, now I'm wondering how ASU are going to be defending. I wonder if they're going to defend the same way they attacked, where they would just see an opportunity and push it. And it looks like it. They have an alibi. Alibi, definitely a roamer. Fragger for sure. And they're going to go cash CC. No bandit. Like I said, you can opt for a Kaed here, which again makes it much harder for the attackers to find the Electro Claw. They do have an IQ, so it's not going to be impossible. Sophia actually going to be 6 to pick out. So this might be hard for them if they're going to go beneath. Also, the Alibi being taken out for an Echo.
Yeah, I think that ASU is playing with a lot of confidence right now. They're playing very aggressively, and if they do play like that on defense, it can definitely come back to bite them in the butt. But we'll see if they decide to play a little more reserved here, and they do run another one of those heavy utility type of roles. We are going to see the Valcam for the first time on defense, so I'm interested to see if we have some interesting Valk spots, or maybe they're just some of the standard ones that you normally see on Clubhouse. But still, I think ASU is looking very strong right now, and for UMD, you're really hoping that you can turn the tides with this switch.
Seconds to go.
And on an attack like this, on this upper floor attack, if you bring the right amount of utility, if you are able to execute correctly, you can definitely cause some problems for the defense.
Attackers are moving out.
Yeah, if you're UMD, you think we need to get 6 rounds straight on attack to be able to close this out without it being a tie or a loss. Which is a tall order for them. Now, one of the things I just noticed right there, they didn't get the wall in construction. They let that soft, and I wonder if... Well, I don't know if anyone even noticed that, because they're going for a garage push, it looks right now. If I were UMD, I would take the time to look at every single angle of approach right now and notice that construction is soft and that no one's directly in construction in Master, although from the outline, I believe someone was underneath in bar. So... probably not going to happen. Oh, never mind. They are shotgunning into Jacuzzi wall. So this might be the first time we see a push from this side, which is exciting. As Jaeger is underneath on the main stairs leading down to the bottom floor. He's going to creep up right now. Might have heard the shotgun shells go off, but yeah, I mean, actually, he might be able to hear the footsteps. So we'll see what he does. As Huggy gonna get contact with him real soon, edging on. Wait, did he go around?
Yeah, I believe he jumped out of gym, so maybe he's abandoning this type of approach. Yeah, he's actually kind of circumnavigated it, but Noobsmash is going to get aggressive here and find the kill on a Bud, so it is the bait from the Jackal and then the eventual kill from the IQ, so kind of unfortunate there. And the timing there from Huggy just getting aggressive, peeking that cash room wall, and now with a minute and 30 seconds left, they have complete control of this construction area, and it does look like ASU is maybe floundering a little bit here on this offense, but a nice little peek there from Baka is going to result in the 3-on-4, as it does look like UMD is going to execute.
Oh, but Feral getting a kill on the Jays there, so that is bonded down, I believe. So 3v3 back in favor of ASU. You still have no C4 on the Valkyrie, actually. So you really only have the Goo Mines coming out from Legion that could be used to stop a push. His IQ is incredibly low right now, excuse me. The attack seems to have stalled out. They're not sure of what to do, as there are a lot of angles to have to watch when you push into here. Oh, the Twitch drone is checking for Echo drones, as you saw, as it was looking up right there. UMD definitely have stalled out.
Yeah, ASU looking like they might be able to salvage this, but still, there's going to be a lot of angles they're going to have to control, and they've lost all control of cash, so the only saving grace for them is the rotate hole from the stairs, and it does look like a full-on push here, but a nice flanker coming in from Zephron could be very timely here, leaving 2 of his comrades on site to fend for themselves, but he's going to have to execute rather quickly here as the bomb site is going to be executed on Babaka, is going to find one on the Legion, but is going to be immediately refragged by Noob Smasher, so the flank goes down, and that's Zephron's cue to go for the quick flank firewall, playing in garage. And I don't, the IQ doesn't have any idea. Zephron finds one, looking for the second one's going to get the pinch, and Zephron's actually going to go down here, so FOL versus the Kaid, the one-on-one as the planter ticks away. And he does look like he's maybe gotten around this, actually they're playing kind of ring around the rosy right here, but the timing could work out well for EchoL.
Defenders have eyes on the diffuser. Attackers
Slowly, this time withering away here, and Kaid's gonna have to execute here, and the timing actually gets the no-scope with the TCSG to win the round, so ASU pulling that one back from the depths and securing themselves a tie.
Wait, does he have time? No, he didn't have the time. That was so close. Question mark coming out. That looks incredibly close. I wasn't sure if he actually had it. That was. I want to see the millisecond of how close he was there. That was insane.
Yeah, I definitely thought he had the time there. I really thought that he made the push aggressively at really the optimal time. He needed to execute there, but it ended up just being a couple seconds too short, and ends up in UMD finding their first round in, I think, 4 or 5 rounds. So, props to them for sticking it out.
Crazy ring around the rosy between the Thermite and the Kaid there. I wasn't sure who was gonna. I was worried. Okay, someone might check behind them. The Kaid might check behind them to notice. Wait, the Thermite's peeking me. I'm surprised the Thermite didn't peek when he was behind the shield. You don't need to do that, but I feel like some people might have done that, considering that the shield does now have the little slits of glass, the one-way windows there.
Attackers need to locate.
Also want to mention that the Valkyrie was just able to walk around that Claymore. She didn't shoot it out. The IQ did not place that Claymore properly. Not sure if you can place it properly for that stairwell, because it is really wide. So maybe a Claymore on the door and a Master would have been a better idea. But they still won the round. Super close round for them. As was every round win for UMD. So we'll see. As Arizona are going to go back. And if you're Arizona, you have to say, okay, no, we can win that. Like, that was so
10
close.
seconds left before insertion.
And there was a lot of really kind of unfortunate timings. Just some of the aggression onto those main stairs over by Jim. Just some things that you hear the audio cues, you think, oh, this guy's gone around me, but then somebody else ends up rushing you down and getting the kill. And a lot of props to the anchor players of Zephron and on the flank, and then Baka just kind of stalling out that push from the side of UMD. It really looked like they were going to be able to pull it out as the time ran down, but Zephron just a little bit too slow on the flank, I think. Ended up netting UMD the plant, and then kind of left them in a very difficult situation with the timing. But like you said, they are going to run it back, and you can't necessarily blame them considering how well they kind of executed on that. So you think a little bit more patience and a little bit more cohesion as a team can net you that round win up here and put you onto the tie.
Yeah, I'm also not sure where the Echo had his Jones placed. Not sure if they were all directly in the site or not, because when the plant went down, no one really called that out. But I realize now there was the Echo, so the Echo probably did end up getting the drones. Again, the Twitch drone is also looking for them, so probably got taken out, all the Echo drones. As IQ is going to get the Electro Claw, allowing Thermite to get the wall for free. Should be calling that out, and he is. So Thermite's going to go ahead and get the wall. Hopefully Kaya didn't replace an Electro Claw down. And it doesn't look like it. So they're going to get the wall. Open up server. And it looks like they're going to go for a push in the server this time. Oh, actually, they're splitting. Half and half. As they're going to push through construction workshop as well. I like this a lot. Splitting the push here definitely puts a lot of pressure on the Cash and CC. As, oh no, the Jackal is not going to see the proning Valkyrie of Zerfon as Huggy gets his head taken off right there.
Yeah, a nice shot there, and now you really kind of stall out this push here. Is they're just gonna have to kind of wide peek this, and still a good amount of control here below them. So it is gonna be the Echo going down, just not getting the information relay from his teammates that wall is soft on the bottom now. But so JS getting a nice kill, but still a lot of lower control here from the side of ASU. And with 50 seconds left in the round, it does look like that construction execute is going to be coming onto them. But the Jaeger actually goes down to the Thermite. So EchoL picking up a nice kill there. It did look like the Jaeger was looking for a timing on the run out, and it's really going to put a lot of pressure again onto these anchors of the side of ASU. Just left up to them to kind of hold this round out. Some very difficult positions here as UMD goes to execute.
Yeah, IQ gonna go for a plant right now. Gonna try and get it on the same exact spot as last time. Can't seem to plant. There's 20 seconds left. She's looking around like she's... Oh, she must have gotten an echo jump because I did hear something blow up. Thermite's gonna be watching the cross as he's gonna get taken up by the Kayad. There is no need to push, I would say, as the plant's gonna go down. Legion's gonna try and push to the hole, but gets killed by the prone Twitch, I believe that was. Yep, Pie Guy getting the kill. 2v3 right now as he's trying to get some shots in the Kayad. Almost goes down. Super hurt. Valkyrie's gonna be pushing on the main stairs. Firewall gonna push through the construction window, but decides to hop back in. So everyone gets a kill onto Fire Guy with a headshot. 2v2 right now as Hermana's incredibly low. Shots going on to the IQ, and the Nitro cell from Kayad's gonna take her out. 1v2 right now as Habana's incredibly low, but Zerfone gets the kill, and that is a round for ASU. A great retake right there.
Diffuser disabled by defenders.
Almost DK. Testing it.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to do that considering how last round ended. And I was watching the replay on the live feed, and I think he was like 0.3 seconds off from getting the defuse down. So really coming down to the last seconds there on that round loss from ASU. But yeah, a really good retake there from the side of ASU. They were able to execute effectively a good Nitro cell onto that soft wall, just kind of opening up that site. I maybe would have liked to see it sooner, but just finding the frags when they need to, getting a little bit of distraction there, like on the run out from the Kayade. So overall, I think ASU can definitely feel good about this going into Church Arsenal. If you have to go back to that CCTV cash room, if you end up losing a bunch of defenses, you definitely can feel like, hey, we can execute on here and take down the W.
Yeah, ASU should be incredibly comfortable right now. There's no need to really worry about losing this round. 6-2 lead is great. And again, like you said, they can go back to CC Cash if they end up losing a lot. But we'll see how they decide to execute their defense here, as a Capital is finally going to be played on the side of UMD. So we'll see how ASU actually reacts to this Capital, because Cap, as everyone knows, is incredibly, incredibly powerful. Those fire bullets can get anyone out of position. Smokes that aren't affected by Jaeger ADSs are incredibly powerful. And he's got 2 of each, so imagine the Capital is going to be a huge part of the execution here onto the site on the part of UMD.
Yeah, the Capital is something I'm surprised we haven't seen on more of these upstairs CCTV cash room holds, just because of that utility and how classically it's used on that CCTV room window to just kind of force whoever's playing denial of platform wall off of it. So we have seen both of these teams actually opt to go for the lower approach from the IQ and sometimes the Buck. And Switch on going to be a little bit of a nuisance here from the side of UMD, but yeah, the Capital has a bunch of utility, and it's really an operator that has a lot of some kind of like skill expression, essentially, where if you're able to effectively use that operator and effectively use all 4 of those bolts, you can really net your team a round win almost, because of how much utility you're able to clear, how much you're able to force people out of position, how much information you're able to deny. But it does look like UMD's going to go for this kind of dirt push. They already have earned, I believe, 2 mute drones here, which is
3 actually. Mute replaced one onto the drone hole. I'm not sure. I mean, I thought it was pretty well known that you could get almost any mute jammer from that drone hole, whether it's with a Twitch drone or a person laying there. But yeah, only 1 mute jammer up now, and I'm not even sure where it is, as Echo's gonna go ahead and concuss someone and get his drone out, which is great. So concuss Thermite, just being a bit of a nuisance as Buzz gonna kill on the JS. That's the Capital down. So forget everything about the Capital. It's over.
yeah, just
died. Was that? Oh, that was probably from blue. Top of blue stairs, I think. Blood might have pushed up and gotten the kill. As oh, yep, he pushed up. But no, Thermite's gonna get a kill on the Firewall. Nice shot, he says. Thank you himself. He nice shots himself. Oh, it was a pixel right there. That is a nice shot, but calm down. You can't really do that when you're down 6-2.
Some of those angles in dirt are pretty gnarly, but yeah, pumping yourself up like that when you're down 6-2 is not the best look. So
maybe he just needs that confidence, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just not performing right now.
he's got to go from the Thermite to the Fragmite. He needs to ascend.
Yeah.
And UMD is going to be definitely looking for him too, because down a man, but still even in this what could be final round is not the best look for them, as there's a minute left in this round. So they do have this Kitchen Dash open, and it's actually just going to get fried. Is the Twitch. So Baka absolutely going insane in this match overall, just picking up all the kills when ASU needs him to, and it is going to lead to a little bit of a disorganized push here. Echo is going to be stuck in this dirt tunnel, knows that there's an Echo drone somewhere above him, but still going to make it very difficult here for the side of UMD to execute on this effectively with the split.
Yeah, and he's going to be pulling out of dirt as Himana's going to go ahead and drop the hatch. Look, he gets the kill on the Zerf. Himana is still battling against this Legion, and he gets the kill. Noob Smasher incredibly hurt, so 3v2 right now in the favor of UMD. They got to get the plant down as Himana's going to go ahead and plant. Echo Drone's still up. No, he pushes in instead as Jaeger's trying to get the kill through the wall. 1v3 right now is... No, wait, Himana went down, I believe?
He canceled.
Yeah, Himana went down as a 1v1 as Thermite's going to go ahead and plant. And I think he's getting pinged as he's going to try and get shot through the wall, but Jaeger's going to peek the corner and finish him off. That is it. ASU take the map 7-2.
Yeah. The Echo player made to try to run it down, but his Echo drones would not let ASU lose that round. Because he kind of pushed really when he didn't need to. Like you said, he could have definitely played that a little bit more safe. And as we see the nice Legion animation, but just definitely looking like the Echo could have played a little bit more safe, just gone for the plant now, but it instead ends to get aggressive, and it doesn't matter because the Echo drones persist in that armory, and it ends up netting ASU enough information to take the game. So a strong map from them overall. It is their map pick, which is not I guess it's not surprising if they did pick it that UMD kind of looked a little off balance, but still UMD not going on to club or going on to cosign and looking to at least secure some points for this match.
Yeah, also Baka MVP right there, 15-4 with 4 assists too. So it's not like he's just gunning on his own. He's getting his assists in there. Insane. Next highest amount of kills was 9. So he really pulled his weight there.
Yeah, it seemed like Baka was just like whenever they needed a hero, Baka was there because he was getting frags at the end of rounds. He was getting opening frags, and it was just every time you needed him to be, other than that little bit of messy fight at the end with the Hibana, he was their rock, and ASU definitely needed him. But realistically, ASU just looked strong overall. There was they had a strong offensive attack. They looked very coordinated and very creative, which I think is something we don't see a lot because usually a team figures out how they want to approach something, how they want to attack on something, and they kind of just run it the same way until it fails or they can't go anymore. But I think we saw ASU come with either 2 or 3 different types of approaches on attack for that basement defense, which was really refreshing.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take a bit of a break right now. Just a couple minutes, about 4 minutes, and we will be back on time for the next map. And welcome back. We are going on to the second map of today's invite game of UMD versus Arizona, where Arizona took the first map, Clubhouse 7-2. It was their map pick, and they attacked first. Did a really good job defending and attacking the entire way through. What do you think, Grifter?
Yeah, I think they just looked complete on that map. They stumbled a little bit, definitely at some points, but they still looked like they kind of had really thought about how they want to approach that map. They thought about how they want to go offensive, and because especially on that map, I think that's a kind of area where you can see if somebody decides to pick it, they're going to be starting attacking. So I think it's very interesting to see them kind of game plan for that and know that we need to be creative here. We need to kind of think about how we want to execute on this, because at the same time, while Clubhouse is a defender-sided map, I think we see a lot of times where teams kind of get stuck into this mindset, well, hey, this bottom bomb site or this cash room bomb site are really strong sites. Just because we're losing them doesn't mean the sites are bad. It just means maybe we're doing something wrong. And they kind of get stuck in this cycle of like, we can just keep trying it and keep running it over. And I think UMD kind of did that, and then ASU really punished them for that.
Yeah, you can't just rely on the bomb sites to carry you to victory. It's got to be what you bring to the table and your creativity in creating a defense there that can deter attackers. And even if the attackers do get on the site, how you're going to retake with what utility you do have remaining if you ended up using a lot of it. We saw on one of the rounds where Arizona successfully defended Cache CC. They used the Nitro Cell to blow the soft wall between sites, killing the IQ and allowing them to defuse. So we'll see how things go on Coastline. Next map coming up, it was UMD's pick, and they're going to be attacking first. Also to note, UMD are switching a player out. Echo Hell is going to be swapped out for Flaming Clayman. So we'll see if this is what UMD need to come back in this series and go 1-1 and get themselves, I believe a 1-1 is a point for both teams. Map win for each side. So we'll see if Arizona right now have secured themselves at the very least 1 point, because for those who don't know, the way the system works is there's no there's no overtime on any map. If you tie on a map, that can, I believe, guarantee you 1 point as well. I need to be sure. I should know this, to be honest. I do manage 2 teams that are playing in this, so I should honestly memorize that. But at the very least, I can be confident in saying that Arizona have guaranteed themselves 1 point in the series.
Yeah. I'm not sure on the scoring either, so I can't necessarily help you with that, but I definitely agree that UMD is looking with the switch out here of Flamin' Clayman, who is their coach or their captain. I'm interested to see what kind of adaptations they're going to make, because I don't think there was necessarily one singular problem for them on that last map. They just kind of looked collectively lost, but we'll see if the addition of Flamin' Clayman has any major impact. And like you said, having a lot of different ways to play this Coastline map can be a very kind of nice thing to have in your back pocket because of how diverse it can be. All right.
Yeah, so we'll see how Coast is going to be played right now. One of the things that I've noticed about Coast a lot was, I remember way back then, I would say maybe a year ago, and I guess this started happening towards the end of last season. Last season being last competitive season for CEA, not last season for Siege, was that everyone was pretty content on picking Theater Penthouse as the first site. At least that's what I saw. That's what people agreed with me with. And when I talked about sites to defend first, everyone would go there. Now no one goes there. Have you noticed that, or is that just me?
Yeah, the meta just kind of switched like overnight. It was, for so long since this map has really come out, everybody thought, yeah, Theater Penthouse, that's the go-to. That's the one that everybody wants to play. And then I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just kind of like a slow degradation of how people view that site because of how many problems it can have. I mean, there's a lot of walls to reinforce. A majority of the floor is soft, so you can kind of punish that. There's really a lot of problems you can have on that site. So people now, like you said, have definitely been going exclusively almost to the Billiard Tuca area, and then it's kind of a 50-50 between whether they want to go Kitchen Stock or Blue Bar and Sunrise.
Yeah, it's one of the things that surprised me a lot. I mean, you said there hasn't been much in the way of. I don't think there's been much in the way of like new operators that have changed it. I don't think it's like a new op that just totally destroyed any of the sites, because if you look at it, Kayed Nomad, Kayed doesn't do much for this map. There's not that many hatches that you would reinforce. I mean, there really isn't any hatches you would reinforce. I mean, you could get the walls in place of a bandit so that it would be harder to destroy the electro claws. But I mean, I don't know. It's strange to me to see that, but we'll see how ASU defend. We'll see if they decide to go Penthouse Theater, which I doubt, because again, everyone's going hookah and then either kitchen or the bars. So I'm interested to see what defensive strats the teams have when they go to bar, because bar is really an interesting one. I also feel like way back when people were defending the map, they would look at the bars and be really scared by it, but you would see Pro League teams and Challenger League teams and even Tier 3 teams have crazy ideas about how to defend bars. So we'll see if any of them have ideas just like the Pro League teams.
Yeah, the bars defense has kind of been super interesting because it's one of those sites that you don't really play on. Like you take the site, but you rarely play actually in the site because of how abusable some of the sight lines are. And it just really is not an easy site to hold. But on a map like Coast that's been in the competitive rotation for so long, it's one of those maps that people decide to say, you know what, enough is enough. We're just gonna try to change things up and see how it works. And I don't know. This overall kind of meta change for Coastline has been very interesting as kind of like a study for how a map can change when the map doesn't actually change. And realistically, a lot of the operators, like you said, don't affect the map meta. I mean, it's been super interesting to see just the switch overall. So the bans do come through. The Jekyll and the Capitao, pretty standard on this map. The Echo and the Mira, also very standard as well. Mira definitely making a lot more of these defensive sites viable, but we'll see what kind of utilization of utility ASU can have on their defense.
Yeah, I want to mention something you mentioned last map, where people are starting to go in and out of banning Mira, not banning her, picking her, not picking her. Maybe because Mira is sort of being thought about again in the meta, that people are like, okay, let's just start banning her right out. Sort of how it happened when bans were implemented in the game, because she's very integral to a Penthouse Theater defense. So that's probably why people realize, oh yeah, Mira does exist. We haven't played her in a while, we haven't picked her in a while. Let's ban her just in case, because it is Coastline. So probably what they're doing as the operator picks are going to go out. And yeah, okay, there you go, Hookah Billiards as the first site here. Yeah,
I think this is one of the few maps where Mira is viable on almost every single site. Like, if you think about it, there's if you think about every site on this map, there's a way that Mira has been utilized in some way or another on every one of them. So this is one of the ones where Mira is just a perma ban. But yeah, it's definitely been interesting to see Mira as an operator kind of flow in and out of the meta, despite not really receiving a lot of changes here. So we'll see how ASU is able to make do without it, but they do have the Maestro this time going unbanned. And then this is another thing that we see. We see the Castle, which another one of those operators that just gets a lot of, not a lot of hate, but just doesn't get a lot of use on a lot of other maps besides some of the more tight and kind of claustrophobic ones.
Yeah, and I wonder where Alex is going to be putting down his castle barricades. One of them already going down. I'm not sure. So on the hookah window, or sorry, not the hookah window, well, actually, no, yeah, the hookah window there, which is expected. That is a very strong angle, if you get someone like a Blackbeard on there, which they don't have right now, but it's very annoying to have to deal with someone who's going to, like, upside down rappel on that. Upside down rappel is incredibly strong right now. A lot of people are doing it, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's why Alex put his castle barricade there. Second one going down to, not sure where, but he did put a bulletproof camera down. Now, what do you think about bulletproof cams? I want to ask you, because a lot of people just kind of ignore them.
I think they're kind of good in some forms, but they're only as good as the attackers allow them to be. As Huggy just gets an aggressive kill there onto the Jaegers. But yeah, I think that there's something that, if they're placed in the right spot and they're placed effectively, they're very useful for the attacker or for the defenders. But sometimes they just sit there and they don't end up doing anything. As it does look like UMD has finally kind of found their mojo here as Noob Smasher finds another one, and now the 5-on-3 here with only a minute and 20 seconds gone in the round is looking not very good.
Drone ready.
I might even say bad from the side of AFCU.
Yeah, UMD definitely getting their picks in real early, but if you notice, there's two almost beneath the bar, and I'm not sure if they're going to buck out the floor, because the buck is there, and there's a fee I believe is close by. Yeah, buck's underneath. Going to try and buck out the floor to get some sightlines on the rotation hole. Basically, exactly where Legion's playing, they're going to try and force him out, because that is a very powerful position, especially with the castle barricade behind him. Doesn't have to worry about someone breaking the window and getting a nice little peek onto him. As Thatcher's going to be on the roof, and JS does get the angle from VIP onto Billiards. Strong angle to cut off any rotations. The Maestro is now kind of trapped by the quad wall there.
Yeah, he's really going to be kind of sandwiched over here, like you said. And overall, ASU just looking in a very rough position here. Pygot's taking a good amount of damage here and going to be looking to fight against the Legion. But still, he is going to go for the push through the barbed wire. Baka does have a very advantageous angle here, but with the barbed wire being destroyed, the sound cues are going to be given out here, but he's going to get absolutely fried as Baka gets aggressive at the right time and finds the headshot. So now the 4-on-3, as 30 seconds go down, and UMD, as the Maestro picks up another kill, is slowly kind of falling apart here. The Maestro gets down, the Valkyrie as well, and now it's all up to Baka here, who gets one and is on to save the round for ASU here with 15 seconds left. The plant's going to be going down. There's actually one of his teammates is down, so he's going to find, not the kill, that is Huggy finding one, so the 1v2 here is the plant's going to be more than likely able to secure it here, as Baka's going to have to get aggressive here in some of these really rough sightlines. He's going to go for the push, but Huggy has the read and the kill, and that's UMD, their first round on Coastline.
It would have been really difficult for Baka to take the site back because he had literal 1 HP. Even if, Huggy shot his foot, he would have gone down. It was going to be so hard for him to challenge anything. He would have had to be so fast on his shots or even pre-fire or everything, but he just didn't expect Huggy to be prone on the floor there. So first round going to UMD. Good to see that. Hopefully they can get momentum and push all the way through to be able to go up in the half.
Yeah, overall, Huggy just, he tried his best, honestly. Or not Huggy, I'm sorry, Baka. Just found some really incredible timings there from the side of ASU, but just not able to net themselves around as UMD wasn't able to pull that back, which was kind of impressive because it looked like, 30 seconds was hitting, they hadn't fully executed onto the site, and things were kind of falling apart. And then all of a sudden they pick up a kill, they pick up a down, and they're back in the round, but a little bit messy nonetheless, despite their opening kind of set of kills. Like, those 2 opening kills were impressive, they were effective, and they were efficient in their timings. But UMD looking strong here, and now from the side of ASU, going to be running it back to that Hookah Billiards defense.
Yeah, I wonder if UMD did drone out the 2 defenders that they got the picks on, because it was the first kill was onto, I believe it was the Jaeger in, I'm not 100% sure what that area is called. Basically where the CC is, security room I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And then the other kill was by the IQ in above the hatch in penthouse. So I don't know if that kill in penthouse was drawn out. That was just really good reaction by the IQ. But the kill, I believe it was Huggy onto the Jaeger. That might have been drawn out. So good use of their drones if they did drone it out. And UMD are now going to have to attack the same site as different castle barricades going up. So they castled off aquarium right there and made a rotate hole through the wall, which I like. I like that. They're changing it up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely need to look for some adaptations here because just you lose those 2 opening frags, and realistically, this is a site that you cannot hold as anchors. Like, a lot of these sites on Clubhouse are very difficult when it comes down to it because of just how many sight lines there are to peak and how much soft destruction there is. I mean, a lot of the floors are soft, like we said before. A lot of the walls are soft and are left soft intentionally by the defense for some nice angles as the pre-fire does come in. But yeah, it's really all about how effectively can your roamers buy time for you and find picks, because if a 5v5 XQ comes down and you're on the attacking side, you're feeling very good about how you're going to be able to take that bomb site just because of how rough some of those angles can be.
Yeah, and everyone being scrunched into one side on coast is very dangerous. There's not that many different angles to peek from. So as an attacker, you really don't need to be worried about, oh, I'm holding an angle onto site to catch a rotation, but I gotta watch 2-3 angles. No, you can really watch maybe only one. For example, the angle right there into a VIP, or from VIP on the billiard. There's not much to watch. You just really need to be careful that if you get a kill, you gotta be careful with some of the swing behind him. But I mean, a minute 20 left and nothing has happened yet. No damage has been taken by anyone, as Noob Smasher is going to destroy the double door there on the Aqua, putting some pressure on the Zerfon as he's watching the, oh, never mind, Bud's on top of the bar. Not sure if the drone noticed that bullets came from that direction, as, oh yeah, Zerfon's going to get a kill from Buck, so that was a kill from Aqua Hallway, Luggage Hallway if you want to call it that, as Bud gets the kill onto Noob Smasher there. So 5v3 now, as the attackers try to get aggressive and unfortunately failed.
Yeah, losing a lot of utility there, as it is going to be Baka picking up another one, and then another one from Zerfron as well, so on for the double kill. It's going to be all up to the Zofia of Huggy, so going to have to go very huge here, actually, to pick up this round, and a good set of adaptations there. I like the aggressive Aquarium hold from the side of ASU, and it nets them, I believe, 3 kills in total, so can't necessarily complain about it. So Huggy's going to go for the peek here into this Luggage Hallway, and the Roamer, I believe that is the castle, is actually not going to find the kill, so Huggy picks up one. Going to have to find all 5, and actually does get a second one here, as the peaks are coming in from the side of ASU, but Bud on this off angle, going to be able to more than likely deny it, as I believe Huggy just does not have the time. That is going to be the round for the side of ASU.
Almost getting a third there, padding his stats. A good kill onto the, the defender hiding behind the luggage. I believe he reactionary flicked to that corner because he might have heard the defender's shift there. So good try. Very wouldn't have happened, but a good try and a good opportunity to pad your stats. As the map is now tied 1-1, and ASU have to go to a different site now. They're gonna go kitchen service.
Yeah, kitchen service is, I mean, like we said, it's a 50-50, I think, between most people which site they prefer of the secondary ones. This is, of all the sites on Coastline, this is the most traditional, I guess, where you have 2 to 3 set entry points. You have a rather kind of standard approach on how you're gonna defend this. You bring a lot of utility, but we are actually not going to see the cage, or I'm sorry, we're not going to see the smoke here from the side of the defense, which I think is something you definitely see a lot on that site because of the impact you can have on that service entrance, but not going to end up taking it. Going to opt for a little bit more kind of preventative utility and more fragging operators, which I can't necessarily blame them considering how much ASU has looked like they're able to frag, but still, this site is another one of those, some soft areas in the ceiling, some soft walls. It'll be very interesting to see how they decide to kind of hold this.
Yeah, and I also wonder where Kayad's going to put his Electro Claws, because, I mean, a very normal way of playing this site, which, well, they didn't do right there. They decided to reinforce the entire wall in the kitchen. It's often you also see the wall in the kitchen left soft intentionally, and maybe even you see a whole line taken out across from it, so it allows people to play into courtyard, or maybe even if you blow out the wall at a right angle, you can also play in Luggage Hallway, peek down into courtyard, all the way into the window and kitchen. That is an angle that's possible, so that's why sometimes it's left intentionally soft and blown open, but they decided to reinforce the whole thing, which I imagine that's where the Electro Calls went. And UMD are going to have to take control of up top here, which they're doing right now, joining the VIP, because the VIP is directly above kitchen. And with Buck and potentially the Sophia and whoever else brought breaching charges, you can make a lot of angles to force people out of kitchen and out of service. Service, not the doorway, but more towards the connection between kitchen. So UMD's going to have to try and get some control here as Zerfon's on the hatch, waiting for someone to push in from Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Zerfon going to be a very pivotal point here, as he does get a nice shot there into the player in the bathroom, but does get traded back onto Pie Guy. So, the 1-for-1 there, the Valkyrie for the Thatcher, actually a relatively good trade up there from the side of the ASU, losing a lot of that utility, as it does look like the Jaeger is going to potentially look to regress here on this upper take. But, yeah, there's so many ways you can play this lower part of the site. There, you usually see the extended type of hold like you said, so to see this high roam presence here from the side of ASU is kind of interesting. But if Bud's able to get them another kill here, that definitely is a positive from the side of ASU. But Pie Guy with the Sixth Sense, kind of shooting him and forcing him back. So it does look like Bud will fall back, at least temporarily. But with 1 minute and 20 seconds in the round remaining, JS is actually going to go for the push here onto these main stairs, going to go for the pre-fire and not hit anything. And I want to see how UMD decides to execute on this. They have a lot of upstairs control here, but pushing down some of these angles can be very punishing as you execute on the lower part of the site.
Yeah, even just making the holes isn't enough. You need to be able to push into site, and with the holes you make, expect the defenders to be in certain locations, as Noobsmasher is going to get the kill onto the Jaeger there in security. It's going to push the Kayed. Kayed taking some shots very low, just like Noobsmasher himself. So Execute's got to get started, as 49 seconds left on the round. Still a 3v4, as you hear the Buck Skeleton Key going off, getting some more angles made. Kayed is very close to the service door. JS getting the kill onto... No, that was a Maestro, my bad. Maestro, I believe, was close to the door. No, Kayed's still close to the door. Nomad just got the kill through the rotation hole. I don't think he has no idea that the Kayed's right under the desk. So if Nomad decides to go for a plant, or at least push in, she could get caught off guard here. And they're going to go ahead and execute, it looks like, as... Yep, Nomad's... No, sorry. He's going to try and push in. 14 seconds left. This could be dangerous if Kayed gets the kill and is able to hold off Nomad from pushing through. As he's going to be... Yep, get the kill onto Huggy, as Firehall is going to stay underneath. He still doesn't know he's there! And that's the round because they can't get the diffuser.
Yeah. That was questionable. I honestly don't know what happened there. Because I was expecting the Kayed to get the first frag and immediately the refrag to come out from the secondary push, just to call out, hey, he's by the desk, just go for the frag. But it looked like the pinch from bathrooms and then the secondary pinch from service entrance, just they didn't know where he was. Maybe the call out wasn't there or what happened, but I don't know. I honestly am speechless. I don't know what happened there, but it ends up in ASU winning the round.
It might have been too fast for the Zofia to call it out, probably for the Nomad. So by the time the Nomad recovered the diffuser and the call was made, she was already dead, and the IQ probably expecting the Nomad to get the refrag. When it fell to her to get the kill, the IQ was also very confused. Also realize now that our wonderful observer did show us where the electric claws went. Excuse me, it went onto the service walls there. As I was wondering where they went. They went onto the service walls, which makes sense. You can get the kitchen walls open, but as long as the defenders can play comfortably behind the cabinets and server at the wall, they're okay. So 2-1 now, as Arizona are going to go... They went blue, right? Blues?
Yeah, I think they have to.
Yeah, they have to go Blue Sunrise. It's possible for them to go Penthouse Theater, but again, no one opts for that anymore. And I'm interested to see how this hold is going to go. Blue Sunrise, I think... Honestly, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure how this is normally held. I don't know if there's a lot of flexibility here. I'm not sure if there's a lot of ways people tend to defend it at all. So I'm interested to see this. And we already see a Castle putting his barricades down on security door and the double door by the main lobby.
So, at least in my experience, they're holding it the pretty standard way. You play kind of an extended type of hold here. You have somebody or two people in kitchen. You have one person in that corner to the south of this Maestro behind that hard wall in between the two sites, just kind of playing off of both sites. And then you have somebody in that southern part of Blue Bar, where I don't really know the name of the room, but it's like that staging area kind of over there. And yeah, it might be. Where you just kind of have somebody, you have everybody playing off-site, because you open up the wall into Blue Bar, and then you just, if somebody goes to plan in there, or somebody tries to enter in there, you just kill them from the courtyard. So this kind of hold is very interesting. It's very kind of critical of you to get kills early and prevent some of these angles being opened up. But JS is going to get the open onto this hatch, and there was a player, I believe, playing in that little cubby down there, so could get the angle for the kill, but more than likely has rotated out as ASU looks to defend this lower site.
Yeah, one of the things... Oh, hold on. Zerfon getting a kill on the Noobsmasher as he was coming down, I believe. Yep, that was luggage stairs. So that's the IQ off the board. But one of the things I want to see was, I think think Arizona reinforced one of the walls on the blue bar from Courtyard. I think they like reinforced the angle that you would normally rotate through. Yeah, they did. So that could come back to bite them maybe, because my understanding is that you blow out a line so you can see through it, but you might even have a hole to rotate through if necessary. So I'm wondering why they made that reinforcement, but they're the ones playing this side. They must know what they're doing, as they are up around. So we'll see how Arizona play around that.
Yeah, this type of hold is it's so difficult to execute, but if you can do it successfully, it really looks very strong. So Zerfron getting that early kill is advantageous to say the least, but a lot of upper control here established on the side of UND. Some of these angles are going to be very difficult for ASU to deal with as the Buck looks to rain down some hell onto those lower players, but they still have a good amount of control here. This extended hold on this eastern side is really netting ASU a lot of map control, and it's going to force UMD realistically to play around only those sunrise stairs. So this is going to be the main contention point other than some of the hatches for the side of UMD, and if ASU can maintain this kind of extended control, then they can lose all these gunfights from above. It's not going to matter because it's going to be a two-sided push.
Yeah, 13 seconds left as Clayman's going to get the kill on the Baka, and Paga's going to get the kill on the Zerfon. Bud trades off the JS, and Hilly gets a kill on the Alex. Kills going out like crazy. 1v3 all of a sudden for UMD. And Fyro's going to be stuck inside of, I believe it was Lobby, as he, can't get the plant denial. Ooh, very close actually, but no, gets the kill on the Huggy as Flameman's going to take a lot of damage. But Pie Guy is inside blue bar. I think he got pinged out. And Fyro knows that. Super hurt right now as Pie Guy's in some shots, traded back and forth. He's just got a hold. He doesn't need to really peek this, as I believe. No, he peeks out actually into into the blue bar door. So maybe he knew my show was peeking the other doorway. But no, that is a round for UMD. All of a sudden, a flurry of kills go out in favor of UMD, getting them around on the board and tying it up 2-2.
He doesn't need to peek it, but he does it anyway. Honestly, and
Lad.
Yeah, that, like you said, there was a flurry of kills in him. It's realistically, if you're ASU, that site is 1 or 2 gunfights away from you netting yourself another round win on defense. So you're kind of punching yourself in the leg a little bit and thinking maybe what could have been, because it's just that they had really stalled out a lot on that site. They had forced UMD to kind of call an audible on some of their approaches, but they lost most of their gunfights outside of a couple trades, and it ends up in UMD taking the round. So ASU gonna go hookah billiards again. So now that site is opened up, and I can't necessarily blame them considering how chaotic that lower site is. But still, if you are ASU and you're looking at picking up a potential 3rd or 4th round on your defensive side when this isn't your map pick, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah, keeping it close, 2-2. The rounds that UMD did win were better than Club for sure. And the round that ASU won are still solid as ever. So, so far pretty even, which is good to see. UMD definitely aren't falling flat on this map as they did on Clubhouse. So, we'll see. I imagine a similar defense. Yeah, I think I just saw the Castlecade go up on Aqua. Yeah, so a very similar defense as the last time. Same setup, I mean, and it's probably going to be the setup that will win them the round, because it won them the round last time unless UMD can adapt. So we're going to see how UMD adapt to this defense that they weren't able to crack last time.
Yeah, the kind of pivotal side of this was, I think, that Aquarium hold. So if they're able to replicate the success they had there, then I see no reason why ASU is going to lose this round again. Just this kind of tandem here playing up on this part of the site is just very dynamic and very aggressive, and allows you to get a bunch of damage and kills and deny a lot of opportunities. So Baka peeks right into the crosshair of Noob Smasher, and Noob Smasher sits him down. So one of the leading fraggers from the side of ASU down very early into the round. Kind of unfortunate there, and honestly, just the timing of that was unfortunate too. Sprays open the window, sprays open the wall, and Baka just is there to give him a nice little greeting card and a kill. So Noob Smasher,
great pick already.
yeah. Noob Smasher getting, I think what's realistically going to be end up being a very influential pick, because it's not only Baka down, but it is the Legion.
Loading mag.
Yeah, those goo mines being off the board are great to take out early right now. So already down to 4v5, and Bud excuse me, there is already going to take some damage. Not sure from where. As Alex is going to be roaming out on the top of luggage stairs, Bud gonna go around the doorway, get some cover. As they know they knew he was behind the bar. I don't know if they know that anymore. They're gonna opt for an aqua push, despite it not working out last time. But Bud gonna get taken out from an angle above. Yep, Huggy's gonna get the kill there. So looking much better this time. Instead of 2 frags going for the way of ASU, they're going for the way of UMD. As IQ's gonna take a lot of damage there. I think he's contesting. Oh no, contesting with Alex on the castle, but JS gets a double kill. One on his teammate and one on an ASU. So still in favor of UMD there, 2-4. But Sophia going down might not be the best, because if there are Maestro cams on site, how are you gonna get them now? Yeah, you could need them, but we'll see what happens.
Overall, an unfortunate team kill there from the side of UMD, but Fyro is actually gonna pick one up on the Maestro, so the Alda coming up big here is gonna reload that gun. Not necessarily sure why, but you know, still that Aquarium defense is definitely falling apart. But Zephron and Phyla will kind of be the crush for this ASU attack, or this ASU defense. If they're able to hold this and force this out, this is definitely looking very strong for ASU on their defense. But with 30 seconds left in the round, the push is going to have to come out here from UMD. JS is actually going to go down at the hands of Phylol, so picking up another kill. I'm going to get aggressive here through this angle, as I believe the castle barricade should be down here, but if it is, yes, it is. So they're going to have to push in through either one of these holes. Phylol picks up a third of the round. He's actually looking for the fourth, and after a little bit of a messy spray, he finds the fourth. And Phylol, the hero of that round for ASU, going big and securing them a third on their defensive hold.
Yeah, down 2v4, bringing it back for them. Some great kills from him. It looked like UMD was going to take that round. I imagine the Hibana was being pinged as she was pushing down a VIP hallway. Or Phylol just had a good sixth sense there and realized, hold on, they could be flanking us. Let me peek this. Hibana down. So great comeback right there from ASU. Now guaranteeing themselves to go even in a half, but now they're going to go kitchen service, which was a round they won off of a good play from the Kayet. So let's see if they can not do the exact same thing as I imagine UMD are going to check it, but replicate something like that and hopefully go up in the half.
Yeah, Phylol just kind of had the sixth sense there, honestly, on the Meister. Just every kill that he went for, he found the timing on, and it ended up netting ASU the round, so... I don't know, the Maestro just being a very effective way to stall out some of those pushes and just finding the kills when they needed to, because things, like you said, weren't looking great, but ASU's able to pull the round back, and now, like you said, going on to this kitchen defense, we'll see who is going to be the hero now. They do not have the Kaid, so it is going to be somebody else who's going to be forced to step up, but still... a good amount of utility here. Some interesting adaptations here, going for the double ACOG and then the Mozzie. But we'll see what kind of hold they decide to go for, considering they kind of had a non-standard or non-meta type of approach last time. If they decide to standardize a little bit more with these type of operator picks. And I want to see them make sure that they can contain this type of top push, because I think that's something that they really struggled with the last time they were down.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, Evil Eye gonna go up there, so they're definitely gonna try and hold as the Marshal's reinforcing the walls in VIP. I don't see anyone else up here, so I'm wondering if it's gonna be Alex playing up there, which could be a little risky. No, he's gonna drop down, so probably just putting a reinforcement down on Evil Eye for whoever's gonna roam up there. It could be the Mozzie. No, he's gonna be playing lobby, so it might just be... I think they're just putting it there to scare off the attackers, but once they drown it out, which will be done relatively quick, they'll realize, okay, let's just push in. Hopefully they see the Evil Eye too. But yeah, I don't really see the point of using a reinforcement there. You could use it somewhere else. So, I mean, you know, Evil Eye makes sense. Reinforcement, maybe not.
This type of defense here, this double type of bar defense with the Jaeger and the Legion, can be very beneficial to the side of ASU if they're able to kind of do what they did last time and force this into like a one stair rail type of game along with maybe a hatch or two. But they do look like they're going to plan on contesting this kitchen stairwell more than they contested it the last time, as a good amount of damage is going to be traded onto the dock, but we'll be able to stim himself back up here. And so UMD opening up some more of this upper control. Not a lot of not a lot of these angles being contested, or even a lot of this upper control being tested nonetheless. But Pi got here doing a bunch of work, preventing some of these angles from being held, and especially this one over by these, I don't even know what you call them, stock shelves. He's going to make this defense very difficult from the side of ASU.
Yeah, checking to see if someone's going to peek him, as the Doc is probably one of the best, if not the best, operators to peek those floor holes, because if you miss all your shots through the metal bars there, or you take damage, you can just heal yourself back up, which he did do. So one more stim in his back pocket, which will allow him to take another fight should he decide to. ZMD are going to continue this top floor control, but basically nothing's happened really. I mean, yeah, the Doc used 2 stims, but in reality nothing's happened, and you got 50 seconds left on the board. And no one's pressuring anything first floor. I mean, I think IQ got rid of the double door there. Notice someone's behind the lobby desk, I believe. Mozzie playing back there. Unless Noob Smash is just putting some pre-fire down. They have to know. No, I think he knows his fire was really hurt. A flashbang gonna go out to try and push him out of that location. They gotta get rid of the Mozzie here, because this could be very dangerous if they just let him live.
Yeah, almost 30 seconds wasted here. Just by the Mozzie on this back stair one. He's going to peek up and do a bunch of damage. Next, going to find a kill on the Noob Smasher. So that all that time essentially wasted here. As now Pi Guy's going to get aggressive into the courtyard and going to fall at the hands of Baka. Another one goes down at the hands of Bud. Now the 5-on-2s. The round is quickly falling apart for the side of UMD. They're in, but not in any shape that they would like to be, as the plant is forced to go down. Clayman drops at the hands of Bud. So I believe Bud picks up the double here, but that main entrance defense there, like you pointed out, just very effective at stalling out time, and ends up really kind of being the thread that unraveled that entire defense or attack from the side of UMD.
Not only that, but UMD just stalled. It didn't even occur to me that, wait a second, there's 50 seconds left on the board. I don't know if they know this. They just took all that time doing nothing. They spent a minute upstairs, I guess, just peeking the floor holes they made, hoping someone would just peek it for them, but there's no reason for anyone to do that if, you just run out the time like that, which they didn't do, but it helped them a lot. So, and again, like you said, the Mozzie that being there, getting the pick on the IQ, even if the Mozzie didn't get the pick on the IQ, it still would have been a great waste of time. It was a great waste of time, rather. So, UMD just taking too long to decide to pressure anything first floor, and that was their downfall. So now ASU go up in the half 4-2 as we switch sides now.
Yeah, ASU's got to be feeling really good about this. I think
many bombs as they can.
it takes a lot more coordination on this map to effectively defend the site, whereas on some of these attacks, you can be a little bit less coordinated because some of the attacking angles are just very basic. Like you push down this hallway, you secure this angle, stuff like that. It's you hold it across. There's not a lot of depth to some of these attacks, but ASU definitely put themselves in the driver's seat, considering this is UMD's map pick and they were on attack first. So if ASU can kind of ride that wave to take out themselves from the defensive side into their attack, they're going to be looking strong
5 seconds left.
to take this set overall 2-0.
And we see the gridlock coming up from Baka again. That's his op, honestly. He really enjoys that op, and he's done wonderful things last game. Sorry, on that op. So looking to replicate that. As Hibana is being picked, I wonder where the Hibana is going to put her ex-Kairos. I imagine, well, obviously they're going to put at least one, maybe even two on a VIP wall. See where else they're going to use that utility, if at all. Because honestly, after getting VIP wall, that's it. You don't really need the hard breach, and Hibana can do whatever she wants. Bud's going to be pushing down with the Nomad into office here. Gonna try and roam clear, but unfortunately, there is no roamers to clear. There are no roamers to clear. I think everyone's on site.
Yeah, Baka, like you said, kind of has an affinity towards that gridlock, and I don't necessarily blame him. I think that F90 is very underrated. So it's almost like a laser beam of a gun if you can kind of get used to the little bit of recoil that it does have. So maximizing the opportunities on that operator. Bud's gonna pick up his own on the buck. So
floor.
yeah, a nice shot there, nonetheless, and just forcing out that Jaeger from a position that we saw ASU kind of maximize the utility on behind that desk. So Bud getting a lot of work here done, and still has 2 frag grenades left with 1 minute and 40 seconds in the round. So we'll see what kind of damage he can do here, because he's really going to be able to assist this Nomad in this upper push, and the Nomad is something we haven't talked about, but we're going to wait a second on that as Huggy finds one back on his Zephron, so the IQ drops pushing into Circle Couch, but a good amount of utility here still for this post plant with the nades and the Nomads and the Gridlocks. Realistically, if they can get on one of these sites and get the plant down, a post plant retake is going to be very difficult from the side of UMD.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to be able to retake the site. I mean, the Jaeger ADSs are still up, I would hope, so Nomad would put her air jets behind, and Gridlock would just throw her track singers all over site, making it really difficult for UMD to retake. And this is what I actually talked about, where Hibana would put her X-Cairo. She put one, oh, wait a second, it came back to bite her. She put one on the quad wall, but she didn't expect the smoke to peek it, so she's now down with the diffuser being down. So good use of the angle made by the Hibana, using it against her on the smoke there. JS doing a good job. As now he's throwing down his smoke canisters. 38 seconds left on the round as Baka's going to be pushing down hallway. Does anyone know this? Someone does get air jab. Not sure who that was. And no. JS is going to lose the fight. Baka putting down some trash singers. Feral getting a headshot on the Flame and Clayman 4v2 right now. All up to the IQ. Sorry, not the IQ. The Valkyrie and the Legion. Not sure if Valk still has her C4. She could play underneath, which she's doing right now. She's playing underneath, presumably with the C4, as Huggy is just trying to hold down the site here. 4v1 right now, and the C4 is going to go out. Going to get, oh, just one. C4 gone. They're going to be planning somewhere else, probably on top of the, yep, on top of the, no, not on top of the pool table. 1 HP on the bottom. Plant's going to go down. So, like we mentioned, Valkyrie's going to have to retake and does not see Bud peeking him. Bud's going to get the headshot on the Pie Guy. Another round in favor of ASU, 5-2 now.
ASU just looking very crisp overall on that attack. A little bit risky, not planning the ball or not planning the diffuser on that billiards table. Just I definitely kind of got a little worried there, considering how low the Hibana was. But still, Baka with some really nice timing, pushing down that 90 hallway, and then Bud with 2 nice frags overall, and just good amount of utility usage. I think if you're not able to deny some of that pressure from the side of ASU, then it really is difficult for you to do anything, because they have so much utility. They have the Gridlock, they have the Nomad, and then they have the Buck with the nades. It's just, if you get a plant down and you have any semblance of anybody left alive, getting to that diffuser, even if you kill everybody, is going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think the smoke also pushing out of billiards there to peek the VIP angle was a bit of a mistake. You have to assume that someone's going to be there because it is such a powerful angle to hold. So I'm not sure if he still had a smoke canister on. I know he threw one by the time he peeked the he threw one by the time he peeked the VIP angle, so might have been a bad idea, might have not been if he was just trying to go for an aggressive peek there. But overall, a good flank from Baka there to be able to secure the round for them, and good plant coming out from the Hibana despite it being a little sketchy.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Yeah, a little sketchy is an understatement for sure. But I definitely think that ASU is looking very strong overall on this map. They've looked very strong in this series, and they're just able to force things. They're able to play very coordinated. I think that kind of tandem play from below that netted them the kill on the Jaeger, and then the secondary aggression into Aquarium that got them a lot of that site control into billiards just was very clean. It was very effective, and the pushes were very coordinated. They were pushing into Aquarium as Baka was pushing down 90, and it just kind of led to this kind of bullet storm for the side of UMD that there's really no hiding from on this site.
Yeah, it's very clear that they have the map knowledge, like you said, to get rid of the Jaeger there, and the coordination to be able to push effectively. With Baka pushing from behind, ASU know, okay, he's pushing from behind, it's time to create pressure from the front and allow him to go hit them from the back. So Valkyrie's going to be playing Bathroom right now, as Hibana's going to put her X-Kairos, I imagine, on the same angle as before, as she was up there. Yep, she does it again. So angle being made to pressure those playing by the quad wall, which is the smoke. Again, she's going to try and peek it, see if she can't get the kill on the smoke before they even execute. No, throws a flashbang in and does flash him entirely. Just pressure being put down right now as the Nomad is kind of hurt. Not sure where that damage came from, as Baka's going to get a kill on the Huggy. Legion going to go down as IQ does lose the fight to Zerf on 4v4 right now. No, excuse me, Ply Guy incredibly low as Hibana just, I think she just repelled straight in and got the kill on the Ply Guy.
Blow it up. Clearing the way.
That was a YOLO play right there from
Yeah, it
Alex.
could have been very dangerous.
He had the timing. Luckily, they got him the kill, but a good trade there nonetheless, and it ends up in the 4v5 from the side of ASU. And Baka going to be a big nuisance on this angle, going to cut off the rotations like we saw UMD do ASU earlier. But still, looking for this secondary type of approach here as they go to kind of pinch out these two players, and now the track singers come out. One of the players on those stairwells could have potentially looked for the rotate, but Baka going to take a little bit of damage to the drone hole actually, and actually going to re-rotate back through it. So Noob Smasher doing a good amount of damage here to Baka, but I don't know how much it's going to matter. He's going to get pressures from Alex. A good hit there on a Noob Smasher. Baka's going to get the down and the kill onto JS, and now it's all up to the Maestro with the Alda. The down is going to be revived, but Baka's going to say, you know what, we don't even need to defuse, as he's going to go on for, I believe, the 2 or the 3K in that round.
I think at least a 3K. Good shots coming out from him as Arizona are now 6-2. Match and map point all at the same time. Looking to get 3 points here against UMD. UMD's got to be worried right now. Same situation as before, really, where they're down, and this is their map pick, so it's even more of a scary situation to realize, man, we are not able to hold our sights.
And there's no real saving grace from this. Like, you haven't looked effective on your map pick, and now you're back on defense, and you still look like you're kind of floundering. So, really going to be looking to go back from the drawing board, I'm guessing, after this set of maps, because they even get the substitute of Flaming Clayman, who, like we said earlier, is their captain, and it doesn't seem to be making much of a difference, if any, at all. So, from the side of UMD, you definitely want to see them go back and maybe go over some things, maybe just hit some practice runs, because I think that they've definitely shown the capability to take this map, but there's been numerous times throughout this series and this map that they just are not able to execute correctly.
Yeah, and it looked good for them early on, I would say. I mean, it was not that bad keeping it 2-2 early on, where the rounds seemed pretty good for one side and pretty good for the other on each of their round wins, but all of a sudden it just started slipping slowly away from UMD and allowing ASU to get the momentum they needed, because UMD haven't won a round unless it was 2-2, so 4 straight rounds for ASU right now, looking to get the 5th one on the board to finish the map in the series. And I do think UMD need to go back and look at this VOD and see, okay, what went wrong here, and what can we do to improve and stop this sort of not mindless aggression, because it's really not mindless. You can see Arizona being incredibly coordinated. This coordinated pushes from Arizona, but it's not quite over yet. It's still 6-2, so we'll see if, maybe UMD can go for a crazy comeback right now.
Yeah.
Hold on, Zerfon and JS having a stare down through the wall. Ooh, shots going out. I like the tracking on that to see if he can't get him through the rotate hole there.
Yeah, if you're able to hit that shot, that's one of those ones you clip and you upload it to Twitter, and you're like, yo, I was frying.
I would have screamed if he got that kill. That would have been amazing.
But yeah, like you said, I think it's just, there's so much coordination coming out from ASU, especially not on their map pick, and to lose 4 straight rounds, especially with the transition in the middle, the defense to offense transition can be very rough on a map like this, considering how different it is to play. But yeah, it's really looked very strong here from the side of ASU, and I'm kind of impressed here. The soft wall behind the castle, hopefully he does not glitch through the wall and give himself away, but just ASU looking very coordinated, looking very precise on how they're attacking, and looking to potentially end the map here.
Yeah, Castle, I think, being droned out right now from the gridlock, as Alex is going to take some shots on him, and he's incredibly low. No, he's down, actually. Yep, Baka going to get the kill, so good pinch from the duo right there. As now it's going to be a 5v4. Got to deal with that castle barricade right there, which Hibana could just use your X-Kairos, as Huggy gets the kill onto Bud on the top floor, as where was the buck? Just coming through the hallway, so good peek by Huggy, as Zerfon does get the kill onto Noob Smasher. So now back into a 4v3 for ASU. Maestro and Castle down. Maestro going down could come back to bite them, as Huggy gets a double kill now. Kill onto the Nomad anti-roam being taken away, assuming not all of them were gone, as JS and Alex, I think they traded perfectly. Not quite sure. Pie Guy gonna drop down into courtyard. A lot of kills going on right now. No, Alex did not trade perfectly. Excuse me, he just went down. Lock it down on a 1v2. He wins these. As 37 seconds left. Shots going down as he's in the site. No one else is on site as Jaeger's now gonna run in. No. Baka goes down. UMD take their third round. This could be the start of a great comeback.
Overall, just unfortunate there from the side of ASU, dropping that diffuser in the courtyard, so there wasn't really anything Baka could do. He just had to look for the frags, but still, a little. I think that's one of the first times we've seen ASU look kind of lost, or uncoordinated. I wouldn't say lost necessarily, but they just kind of looked like they maybe thought that UMD was going to wilt, was going to give up and kind of roll over, but UMD held strong despite losing some of the early fights, and it ends up and then taking, like you said, their first round win. So if they can pull this all the way back, it's definitely something you got to feel a little bit okay about considering the circumstances of both maps. But we will see what they're able to do here. Is now they're going to be forced back on the Hookah Billiards, where it really looked like ASU had their number.
Yeah, ASU definitely unsure of what was going on there. I mean, I'm not sure what Bud and LeBuck was doing pushing down. Maybe he did drone out the Jaeger, just did not expect the Jaeger to just go for that peak. Gotta expect those, I would say, but still 6-3 ASU comfortable. And for UMD going back to that site, I'm not sure. I would honestly go to another site because most of the times that they've lost that, it just wasn't a close loss. It was pretty convincing from ASU, just holding down their angles and pushing when they need to, knowing where the defenders are going to be after they've been pushed into certain corners. So for UMD, we'll see how this goes, but I'm not quite confident for them going into this round.
Yeah, I think this is the prove it round for UMD. If you're able to really take this round and maybe even make it look rather convincing, I think you definitely have a shot at making the comeback here, just because of how this map can go and some of the momentum swings that can happen overall. But at the same time, ASU has a formula to go with here. They know what works, and it worked rather well the last time they attacked this. So if they're able to replicate it, then it's going to be GG and the 2-0 for the side of ASU. But if UMD can make the adaptations, can find some 70 frags, they definitely have a chance at running it back.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, because again, 0-2 on this site. UMD can pull something out, and if they win this site, like you said, I could see them going all the way for a tie. But we'll see how it's going to go, as Bud's going to be joining out Aqua. I think he knows the Jaeger's there again. The Jaeger has to be, I'm assuming it's the Jaeger there, actually. I'm not 100% sure, but the Mozzie's going to be there to counteract this, as, whoever was there left. If there was even someone there, I'm actually not sure, but the Mozzie's down there now to try and stop Bud and presumably the Nomad from pushing through. So good adaptation here, as he's going to be peeking around the corner, getting droned out. So Bud now knows that the Mozzie's here, as he's going to leave Blue Bar. Going to go ahead and waste some time as he pushes away.
A minute and 50 seconds left in the round, and ASU is going to be looking to execute here now, as you want to see them start to bring some of their utility to light here. Fire roll down in this office area is going to look to pressure out here, and Zephron going to be looking for the full clear on the upstairs site. I believe, the nice shot there on a Pie Guy. I'm guessing he was droned out because Zephron had his number from the start, and that is going to be a very rough start for the side of UMD, as Fire Roll actually picks up another one onto JS, so the Valkyrie and the Mozzie down. Now, on a good amount of utility down, the camera's still going to be useful for both of them, as Huggy picks up one back onto Fire Roll, so the Nomad charges going to be gone for the rest of the round. Huggy actually on the long roam here into this main desk area, but Zephron's got his read as he's going to potentially come up these stairs, and he actually decides to rotate back as Alex now gets a kill on the Flaming Crayman. So going to be all up to the Legion on the site, as realistically ASU could execute here, and Bud will find one back on the noob smash. So we all up to Huggy, and he's not even on site. If he gets droned out here, they're going to know the guy over the site for free, and with the amount of utility that ASU does have, the Gridlock and the Buck, it's going to be almost impossible for Huggy to get the retake on here. But I don't think they know that the site is clear, as Bud should definitely hear the audio cues of the Jaeger re-rotating back, and it does look like he is, as the plant goes down. The timing is actually going to be a little bit unfortunate there, as the nade goes down, goes for the spray, but Huggy realistically is going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place here, as the nades still do come out, and this game and this round is all but wrapped for ASU.
Yep, there you go. Zorfang getting the final kill on the Huggy with a headshot. 7-3 it was, I believe, in favor of ASU, taking the map 2-0. Sorry, the series 2-0. Now, by taking the series 2-0, and that's some 3 points for today, as 2 map wins does equal 3 points.
Really liked what I saw there at ASU. Just the calculated aggression, I think, was something that they were able to maintain. Fabro actually top fragging this round instead of Baka. So a good distribution of kills there overall from that team. And I think ASU definitely showing like they could be one of the stronger teams in this season of CEA, just with how well they were able to adapt, how good they looked on some of their attacks, and how good they looked on realistically not their map pick.
Yeah, I mean, for UMD, like I mentioned earlier in the round, they need to look back at this and think, okay, what did we do wrong? How are ASU able to just get these angles for free? And, you know, what can we do to improve our holds and our coordination? Because the coordination between ASU was impeccable. They constantly were able to get their timings right between each other, as, you know, like Baka was pushing down the billiards hallway where the vases, and as he did that, you know, the execution went on from the front. And when they were able to capitalize on that aggression from Baka, ASU just won the round there. Or when, you know, roaming was being done, you know, just a lot of things were going on that UMD were not able to recognize. Well, they were able to recognize it, actually. Never mind. Like that last round when Mozzie went downstairs, he was able to recognize that, okay, I need to stop these two from coming in. So they were able to do it, but they just weren't able to fully capitalize it. They weren't able to just get a pick and put themselves in a man advantage and keep that man advantage for the rest of the round, because that's what Arizona did a lot of the time. So for UMD, again, look at this VOD, recognize what you need to do, and for ASU, continue to play your game, because you played your game really well.
Yeah, overall, that double type of round setup that they had there from the side of ASU just looked really clean and really coordinated, like you said, and it was very impressive for them to kind of continually able to execute with that duo, because even on their map pick, they were able to just get the kills that they needed, get the entries that they needed, and get the frags that they needed, and overall just get the round wins that they needed. I mean, if you were to tell them probably that they were going to go into Coastline and go 4-2 on their defense, I think they'd feel very good about their chances. And their defense was really impressive to me, because it was kind of standard, but at the same time it worked, and it ended up getting them the round win. So I can't necessarily fault them for going rather basic on their defense.
Yeah. Now we should have an interview coming up here with one of the members of ASU, so we'll be getting that in just a bit. As it should be Baka, I believe, coming in. So see if he can get into this channel at some point, so we can ask him a couple questions about his win, his 2-0 victory against UMD. Actually, I wonder, when we don't do if a team gets a map win and then a map draw, do they still get an interview? Because technically they did do better.
I don't know how that would work. I would assume.
Oh, they do. It's a partial. Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, so we're moving in. All right, let's just go
right.
down there. Good.
Yeah.
Just to be sure.
That is correct.
Got yelled at so many times for names being mispronounced that you guys use.
Hey, I've heard so many variations. I've heard Becca, Beforka, a ton of different ones from different casters. So I'm glad that at least one caster had got it right.
Oh man, that's so bad. Now, congratulations there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Grister.
No, I'm a fan of Beforka. I think you should just change it to that.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
that one kind of hurt to hear right there. But congratulations on the 2-0 there against UMD. It was 7-2, 7-3, I believe, right?
Yes, correct.
Absolutely destroyed UMD on their map pick. What was your thought process on going into Clubhouse? Because, you know, I want to know if you picked we picked
Clubhouse, I believe.
Right. Yeah, my bad. When you picked Clubhouse, how confident were you in going into that map? Do you know anything about UMD at all going into that map, or were you just thinking, okay, let's just play our game and just get the dub on Clubhouse?
Yeah, we didn't really know too much about UMD on their side, whether the defense or attack side. We just went into the map knowing our strategies, and we have played the map a few times in CR6 and in scrims and stuff. So we had some strategies going in, and we just kind of saw how they played after a couple of rounds and just kept the rhythm going. And yeah, so we just played our own strats, and that's basically it.
Nice. Now, one of the things I also want to mention that Grifter and I talked about quite a lot was the coordination between you guys. Often on Coastline, you went for, when you were executing onto Hookah Billiards, you went from behind onto the hallway there and caused a bit of disruption, allowing your teammates to push in. I imagine you guys obviously practiced that because that coordination was really, really good. Obviously allowing you guys to get a lot of round wins on Coastline and Clubhouse as well. And, you know, I imagine you guys practice that a lot, no?
Honestly, we haven't played too much Coastline this season. We're kind of a newer team for the collegiate. Started a couple weeks ago, but we've gotten a lot of practice in. We've got a lot of communication in. We got a lot of bonding in with the team. We do a lot of stuff on campus together, so it's we've formed that bond. So we have kind of a close connection and close communication within the game. But yeah, we kind of just in that play specifically, we kind of figured that there's a lot of us pushing from Aquarium, and my thought process was we shouldn't put them all there. Let's see if we can flank somehow or get different angles. So I pushed the 90 hall with the however many seconds we had remaining, and yeah, we closed out that round.
I like that. I like that mention of team bonding there, being able to get to know your team is better. You know, just putting five people into a team doesn't always work out well. You know,
for sure.
So,
yeah, we have a couple new people on the team. Me and Bud or Brandon are freshmen, so we're new to the team. So we got acclimated, but yeah, the team has been great so far. We've been doing a lot of bonding and stuff.
That's great, and I'm pretty sure, I believe one of your players was streaming for your first game, and I noticed, I think you all have a place to play together, right? You're not just playing in your dorm rooms all separately. You're all in the same room, no? Yeah. So that's even better. Being able to play in that environment is great, and I mean, I wish Penn State had something like that. But no, for you guys to have that is actually wonderful. So being able to do that, be there next to your teammates, is something that should not be taken for granted. Yeah,
that contributed a lot to our team bonding because we're able to use that effectively to scrims practice and also matches and that stuff in the future. So yeah, I'm really happy, and shout out to ASU Esports and Jake and Danny, our president and VP, for hooking that stuff up. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Any questions you got, Grifter?
I think I just had one. You guys looked really good on Clubhouse. I think your attacking side was very clean overall. Just talk me through some of the kind of fundamentals you had on Clubhouse, because I was really impressed with some of your attacks on that lower site. You looked like you had at least 2 or 3 set pieces for how you wanted to go about it.
Yeah, so we've kind of done a lot of strategy within that map. So we kind of figured kind of pulling up the map apart and pushing from different angles is kind of the best way to attack it. We'd like a good amount of pressure on the dirt. Sometimes it's muted or Cade or Bandit or something like that where it's preventing us. So we make room other times around that. But for most of the time, yeah, we kind of like push in from the different sides of the map and just opening up the map a little bit, getting control, and then just droning for each other, and then like peeking the different angles with coordination and that stuff.
Yeah, well, you guys definitely know what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, again, congratulations on your 2-0 here, netting yourself 3 points. In case you guys want to know, we're going to wrap up here right now. I'll mention that. So again, congratulations. Just so you all know, we're going to have another stream on Friday. We're going to be streaming. It is the Penn State San Jose State University game. That's going to be streamed on Friday. You should all tune in for that to see another invite game. That is an invite. So good competition going on there. Same group too. So what's happening in this group, in this game is going to affect the whole group. So congratulations again. I'm Epic, and I was co-casting with
me, Grifter. Yeah, congratulations overall, and yeah, we'll see you guys on Friday.
Yep. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a good night.